All right, recording's on.
Thank you for joining us for the East Aurora Village Board meeting for August 18th, 2025. If you could please join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thanks for your patience while we got through that. We've been working on trees for quite a long time, and Nancy and the tree board have given us lots of new information to add into it, so we appreciate you letting us grind through that while we had the opportunity. Can I get roll call attendance, please?
Trustee Lizakis.
Here.
Trustee Cameron.
Here.
Trustee Vijay.
Here.
Trustee Flynn.
Here.
Trustee Raby.
Here.
Trustee Shear. Mayor Mercurio.
Present.
6 present, 1 absent.
Thank you. Can I get a motion for the approval of the minutes of the village board meeting for August 4, 2025?
So moved.
Moved by Kristen, second.
Second.
Second by Molly. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. I get a motion to approve the payment of abstract for August 18, 2025 for the 2025-2026 fiscal year with a total of $509,923.99.
Motion.
Moved by Jeff, second.
I have a question about part of it.
Do you want to do it in the discussion part after we make the motion?
I'll second.
Seconded by Steve. Further discussion, Steve?
Was the police pickup truck 98,000, or was that both vehicles we just?
Both, so that's the total bill for both the Explorer and the truck.
Okay, because it was listed just as a truck in the abstract. So
Okay.
that's all. I thought that was a really nice truck.
It's
What a ride in there.
It's a Range Rover, Police Edition.
All right, any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Moving on to our first speakers and communications, there will be a second opportunity near the end of the meeting as well. If you have any issue at all you'd like to talk about, please raise your hand when acknowledged. Come on up, give us your name and address. We record all the meetings, and try to keep it under 2 to 3 minutes, please. Sir?
Douglas Crowe, 1951 Davis Road. I am the chairman of the planning board for the town, and wanted to talk a little bit about topic I in your agenda. You're welcome to ask me later if you want to hear more. The planning board of the town looked at that project on 400 Quaker Road twice, and we came to the unanimous conclusion that it really makes sense for the village to take lead agency status on that. The reasoning on that is probably 90% of the physical building is in the lots in the village, and maybe 80% of the total project is in the village. So we thought it made more sense. We did look at the site plan, and we only had one concern. The one concern that we had had to do with the coverage of impervious surfaces on the town. They had to make a change and get rid of some parking spaces. They did that, and so we had no other feedback on that. So we would prefer to defer to the village for lead agency status and had no other concerns. We voted to that effect, and the town board voted last week in support of that. So I just wanted to let you guys know that was our thoughts, and if you had any other questions for me, I'm happy to answer them now or at topic I.
Anybody have questions for Douglas?
No, thanks.
Thank you.
I appreciate you.
No problem.
Anybody else want to speak on
Planning
any
to do it.
topic? Raise your hand. Good. All right. That closes our first speakers and communications. We'll have a second one near the end of the meeting. Let's see, our tree public hearing is still open and will remain open. Is there any reason why I'd want to close it now?
No?
Does anybody want to speak on trees? Holly?
Hi, Holly Maciejewski, 218 Center Street, East Aurora. And I just want to thank you all so much. I hope I've made that clear before, but I know how much time you've put into this and how much effort, and I personally appreciate it, and I feel like the rest of the village does too. So thank you. That's it.
Thank you, Holly. We appreciate being appreciated. I meant it. Anybody else want to speak on anything?
This is really quick.
Hi.
This is Kim DePerno, 72 Elm Street Bakery. Everything that you just discussed, we just would like to know when we would get a copy of the changes before the next board meeting,
Of the law changes,
of the tree, what you discussed regarding the trees.
it would be likely when the agenda is posted, so Thursday, Friday, before the next board meeting, which is the 18th of September. So it would be before then.
Okay. Good.
That's the next board meeting, so that's when
Wait, the
The
15th?
15th, yeah.
15th is the board meeting, so it'll be the 11th or 12th. Nancy?
Nancy Smith, 195 Sycamore. Echoing the thank yous, this has been epic. So thanks to each one of you for your contributions and a lot to the community as well for participating. If there's any way we could get changes ahead of just a couple days before, since especially there's a whole month, if we could get them sooner than right before, then we can push
That's
all the way through to
understandable.
the
Chris?
end. Is that a
How
possibility?
soon do you think you can put
Do you think we
something
could get
together?
it before the canceled meeting, or for the canceled meeting?
Yeah, that'd be
Do we have to
awesome.
uncancel the meeting, Chris?
Well, when we got it last time,
Chris didn't even know it
I
was.
wouldn't do that to you.
well, we shared it with the board as soon as we got it last time, and so that we
I
were
will
all,
get it to you, I'll tell you it won't be this week, I'm afraid. I will give it to you as quickly as I can, well in advance of your next board meeting.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
And you'll get it to us in the tree board.
You tell me who you want me
Please.
to send it to.
Yep. Thank you. Anybody else? All right, we're going to leave it open and move on to the bike public hearing, which is also still open.
So the bike board is working on meeting, they are actively doing it. The gentleman who was on chair, here.
There he is. Seth, do you want to say anything?
So I'm hopefully.
come to the mic.
Gotta talk to the mic, in the mic, I'm sorry.
Sorry. People can't make the meeting, they might listen to it, or, yeah.
Hopefully, I'm going to be able to get everyone together this Friday. There's a couple, actually, in fact, I think I sent an email to you, Maureen, about possible phone numbers.
Yep, I
'Cause-
just emailed that to you this afternoon.
You did, great, okay. Because, yeah, some of them I didn't get a response on the emails. But,
The deputy clerks can help you with that, too.
okay. But, yes, hopefully, maybe this Friday we'll get together.
Good. Appreciate you. Thanks, Seth.
Michael White, 731 Maple Street. I was just going to ask a question to you if we could listen in on that board meeting. White?
Well, it's not going to be an official thing here, unless, are we supposed to do that?
Yes, you would meet here, so once you have that date picked, you're gonna send me that information and we'll book a room for you.
Get everyone together at my house.
No, we'll book a room for you here.
Okay.
And then, then the public can come. They don't necessarily get to speak, only if you address them. And, you can call me and we can go through all the rules of that.
Do you need to advertise that meeting?
It is advertised,
Okay.
yes.
Thanks.
You can join the board, by the way.
Careful what you wish for.
Grace, you want to go through your edits now? Before They look at it, you want to wait for them to
We
meet
can
and look
wait.
at it? What do you
Let
think?
them look at it. I can send my comments to them to look at.
Okay. Yeah, I think you made some good points.
Yep.
And then a resident reached out who lives over on Knox, right? He said class 3 with a throttle or without a throttle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was something he talked about as well.
Yep.
Chris? He's differentiating.
Yeah, no, I understand what you're saying.
Okay.
I haven't seen it, though.
Okay. Make sure you get it. He just sent it like an hour ago.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I guess I would have one other question. So, I talked about enforcement, but, as it is, we don't see the present police force out enforcing. Obviously, there is no rule right now with it that's set in stone, but, we don't see anyone patrolling around in order to enforce anything. Would there be an increased presence or increased force in order to address that?
We are enforcing it currently. I can show you some backlog of, they're documenting when they talk to children, when they talk to parents, and they're educating folks right now. They're not just, we're trying to educate more than just punish right now. But as this becomes village ordinance and it becomes enacted, we will start to enforce it probably a little bit harder. But right now it's stopping folks, telling them what the rules are already in place by the state, and what's coming ahead with what the village is looking to do. So yeah, you're going to see enforcement, absolutely. Right now it's like I said, it's an education period where we're stopping people and letting them know that you're too young. Parents are surprised to hear that they may have spent $1,000 or $2,000 on a bike for their child that isn't legal to ride. And so we're informing folks of that, and enforcement is probably going to get greater as it goes.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Chief. All right, anything else on bikes? Anybody else in the public want to speak on the e-bike law we're considering? We'll leave that open as well. Moving on to C. Also already open is the considering a local law to amend our sign regulations. As we've talked about. Anybody from the public want to speak on that? Very good. We're waiting on that as well for Chris to make his changes. Moving on to D. Can I get a motion to open a public hearing to consider a local law to extend a moratorium on unnecessary tree trimming in the village?
So moved.
Moved by Steve at 7:39 PM. Second?
Second.
Second by Kristen. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Public hearing is now open. Chris, do you want to just explain what that is before the public has the chance to chime in?
Simply it's extending the moratorium on a tree trimming to give everyone time to make, well, now we have more changes on the tree code. So your moratorium ends this month, since your next meeting is until September 15th, I believe you said. You're going to have to extend it at least 30 days.
Can we, I think we talked about this at last meeting, can we,
I'm sorry.
I just threw 30 out as a number.
can we extend it indefinitely until we pass a law?
You cannot
No.
extend it.
Can we extend
definitely.
it 6 months, and then when we pass the law,
Chop it.
end it?
Yes, you can pick a time period, but it has to be a specific time period. And originally I had proposed 6 months. The board at that time cut it down to 90 days. So
December 31st.
pick a time. But it has to be a specific number of days or months.
But if
I
we
mean-
did 6 months and passed it in 30 days, we could end it right then.
You could.
Okay.
You'd pass another law lifting the moratorium.
We would have.
Actually, I think we could probably
have
do
to do
that
a
by
public hearing
resolution.
then.
I think we could do that by resolution. I will check on that.
Well, we're
I would
looking
think
to
so.
nail this down on the 15th, aren't we?
My suggestion would be that you simply limit it to either 60 or 90 days. It should be done by then.
I think 60 should be good.
60 takes you
Yeah,
to the
I
middle.
mean, you're right. I guess 90 doesn't hurt anything, but it
If we
seems
can
like
end it
we've come
early,
this far
90
in 90
days.
days.
Can we say that we can end it by resolution at that time of, like, can we add it to
I would
that?
add that in
Add
here
that to
now.
this? Okay.
I will check to make sure we can do that, because technically it's a local law, and generally the only way you get rid of a local law is by another local law, but this is, because it's a moratorium, I think we can lift the moratorium prior to then.
Makes sense.
I'll check, just to be sure.
So we can say it at the end?
Say-
And then if it's not legal, you'll let us know, and we just won't follow it? That it's
makes
lifted
sense.
via resolution?
I will never say that.
Okay, but that's what we're gonna do. Maritime via resolution.
All right, so we're looking at 90 days with the ability to end it early, right?
So I would say it's the
With the
resolution
intent
as it
given.
stands, putting 90 days in the time frame, and adding the last line to be, and the moratorium can end via resolution once the new law is made. Does that cover it? No?
May.
Is adopted.
Adopted, thank you.
By the board? Don't you have to like submit it to the state?
Yeah, but that's fairly quick. That's
I missed it, Grace.
our
What did you say?
signatures and done.
With the intent to have the code revised and reviewed and ideally completed by the next board meeting. Just so everyone knows. Yeah,
Trust me, I get that
Yeah.
drift. I would like it off my desk, too.
All right, you got the verbiage?
I wrote down what I
Okay,
said.
Christine.
Yep.
All right. Anybody from the public want to speak on this while the public hearing's open? Nancy?
I'm so sorry.
Don't be.
I just, I remember the article that was in the Advertiser when we first passed the moratorium, where I think you were quoted as saying, there are three things could happen. They could not do it, or they could sue us, or maybe they'll just do it. And so it just makes me nervous, 90 days, like what would, another option might be, what if we just said the 30 days, and then that would mean that we could accomplish it at the next one, and if you don't pass it at the next one, then you extend the moratorium.
Because you can't keep, the courts do not allow you to constantly do moratoriums.
Just
So you
check.
can't, yeah, you can get, you can get away with one renewal.
Okay.
And we
You're
keep.
pushing your luck
You've
with
answered
anything
my
else.
question. Thank you very much.
Holly?
Holly Maciejewski, 218 Center Street. I have a question about the moratorium and that. So I remember in the paperwork and that it says that it's a law when it is accepted, I think, by this
No,
state.
you have to file a local law with the
So
Department
as
of
soon as,
State.
so as soon as that's all done and you file it, then that is a law. We don't have to wait for it to be accepted or anything. I just wondered if it could
DOS
stretch out.
The only time DOS ever sends anything back is if you put down the wrong local law number. Every local law you do has got a different number, 1, 2, 3, 4, so on,
Okay.
for each specific year. So the only time I've ever seen it come back is, oh gee, this is, instead of local law 3, it should have been local law 2.
Oh, if there's like an error.
That's, yeah.
Okay,
Actually,
okay. So just.
in that
just-
case, it was a filing error on the state because they couldn't find 2.
Okay.
So we sent it
Just-
back to them.
Yeah, just so we're not putting ourselves at risk. Okay, thank you.
Anyone else want to speak on this? All right. Can I get a motion to close the public hearing at 7:46 PM?
So moved.
Moved by Steve, second.
Second.
Second by Jeff. Further discussion?
I'm excited to close the public hearing.
Me too. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Public hearing is closed. Moving on to official considerations. I assume we're not ready to do the trees. Nobody wants to make a motion on that, right?
Nope.
Nope.
All right. No one wants to make a motion on the e-bike law just yet, I assume?
Nope.
Okay, so can I get a motion to approve a local law extending the moratorium on unnecessary tree trimming in the village with Maureen's,
The 90 days, and the last line being to end the moratorium via resolution once the new law is adopted.
I'll make that motion.
moved by Kristen, second.
Second.
Second by Grace. Further discussion? Roll call vote. Steve?
Aye.
Kristen?
Aye.
Jeff?
Aye.
Molly?
Aye.
Grace?
Aye.
And I'm an aye. Motion passes. Moratorium is extended. Moving on to D, can I get a motion to set a public hearing for September 15, 2025 to consider special use permit for Feng Lin at 16 Buffalo Road to remove the existing kitchen from the old Wild Ginger location and connect this space with the Tuca Kitchen?
So moved.
Moved by Steve, second.
Second.
Second by, who was that, Molly?
Either of us, yep.
Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Public hearing is set. Can I get a motion to set a public hearing for September 15, 2025 to consider an amended special use permit? Applicant Nathan and Chelsea Root of Left Coast Taco at 54 Elm Street to expand the restaurant into the former furniture fabrication area. Approval to use the attached arcade permanently and for outdoor music during the summer.
Motion.
Second.
Moved by Jeff, second by Kristen. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Public hearing is set. Can I get a motion to set a public hearing for September 15, 2025 to consider a site plan application? Applicant Nathan and Chelsea Root of Left Coast Taco at 54 Elm Street to add an 8-foot by 20-foot shipping container behind the building that will house an arcade, and it will be connected to the building by an 8-foot by 8-foot entryway. Moved by Steve, second.
Second.
Second by Grace. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Public hearing is set. And can I get a motion to set a public hearing for September 15, 2025 to consider a site plan application applicant Jennifer Green at 400 Quaker Road to construct an existing commercial building addition, parking lot expansion, and stormwater measures?
Motion.
Moved by Jeff, second.
Second.
Second by Molly. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Public hearing is set. Can I get a motion to refer to the Planning Commission, September 9, 2025, a special use permit applicant Michael Bowen of Cluck Moo Moo at 597 Oakwood Avenue for a dine-in and takeout restaurant with no outdoor seating?
So moved.
Moved by Steve, second.
Second.
Second by Grace. Further discussion?
Why are we sending this to the planning commission? It looks to me like there's no changes to the exterior.
Liz?
You've changed.
You've changed.
So in regards to it going to the planning, it is due to the fact that it is a restaurant, and though the exterior is not being changed, the inside is changing to a substantial nature.
It is, the planning commission doesn't generally consider interior changes.
They do not, but they do also take into account the parking, which would be...
Sure.
Based on the square footage changes that they want to apply, it's not going to be a substantial change where it'll change the existing parking, but I would say that the village board can decide whether or not they want to not have it go to them specifically, but we leave that recommendation to you.
Sure.
I mean, you're right, it's not a substantial change. It's a different restaurant going in that area, right?
That's why I just, looking at it with my very
What if it
old
was
now
in a
planning
different
commission hat
place?
on.
Does the place?
It's in, which spot was it?
David's was in there
David's, yeah.
prior, but
Not unless they address you.
there was Liz spoke to me about this. There was an issue because David's was more of a retail business. It sold frozen food
Right.
but this is turning into an actual restaurant.
Dine-in.
So the special use permit was going to be needed. I didn't know about the planning part of it,
I mean,
but
Left Coast was over there, right?
Yeah.
They
But I
weren't eating
think
in there.
they went to the
That's just
planning
prop.
board.
It was just
Did
prop. I don't think they were eating in there, were they?
They had a couple tables, but
Did
It was counters, remember?
What,
Can we
Left
ask,
Coast?
can we ask the applicant about
Sure.
it?
Yeah, Left Coast had 2 tables.
Yeah.
I think there were 2 tables
Yep.
in this, weren't there?
They had 2. A little Coke machine out front. You're the applicant? Want to come up and chime in?
Yes.
Thanks.
My name's Michael Bowen. I live at 220 King Street, like 300 feet down from this plaza. Parking shouldn't be an issue. There's over 60 spots in that. David's, which then became April's, was preparing and cooking food in that establishment. They were freezing it and then selling it to a consumer as they left. Our premise, which we have 4 other locations throughout Erie County, we cook the food and it's leaving our premise. I mean, the handful of tables that we might have in there, 8 seats. Our Hurdle location has 8 seats. Our Elmwood location has 8 seats. It's only for someone who might want to sit there and quickly dine, but we are not a full-service restaurant. This is counter as you leave. You know, our whole premise is predicated on leave, you know, so that's
Yeah.
all I know.
it's the- Right.
Anybody have any questions for Michael while he's up here? All right. Appreciate the input.
Thanks.
I don't know why the planning board needs to look at it.
That's,
Doesn't
I don't
sound
think
much
they would
different
do
than what
anything
Left
with
Coast
it.
was doing over there before.
Not at all.
Rich, you're okay if we?
I don't have an issue with that.
Yeah.
Save them some time.
Yeah, let's
Yeah.
save them.
Planning board's getting
They're
crushed
getting,
with.
yeah.
Right.
They're getting a lot. Let's,
Right, they don't need this.
they don't need it.
So do we need to
So-
schedule a public hearing for him? then?
We need to
Really?
withdraw the motion, right?
That would be the simplest way of doing it.
Or could they change it to set a public hearing?
Pardon?
Could they change their motion to set a public hearing?
For this board?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, let's deal with the first motion first, please.
Steve, do you want to withdraw your motion?
Yes.
Grace, do you want to
Yes.
withdraw your second?
Yes, please.
Okay. It is withdrawn. Anybody want to make a new motion?
Yeah, can I set a public hearing for September 15th, 2025 to consider a site plan? Is that the one I'm on? To consider a special use permit for Michael Bowen of Cluck Cluck Moo Moo at 597 Oakwood Ave for a dine-in and takeout restaurant and no outdoor seating?
I will second that.
And Steve, Grace makes the new motion, Steve seconds. Was that motion correctly
No.
worded?
Well done.
Well done, Grace.
You can read.
I don't have my glasses on.
All right, moved by Grace, second by Steve. Any other discussion from the board? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Public hearing is set.
Thanks.
Can I get a motion to approve a determination to either conduct an uncoordinated review where the town decides on its portion of the project only, and the village decides on its portion of the project, or to declare lead agency for the site plan application for the 400 Quaker Road projects?
I'll make a motion to declare lead agency.
Kristen makes motion to declare lead agency. Anybody want to second that?
Second.
Second by Jeff. Further discussion? Maureen, Chris? Shane,
What-
any issues with it?
Declaring the village the lead agency.
Just
Yes.
remember who's doing the paperwork.
Seems like a reasonable request with the amount that's in our area.
Rich, did
Since the
you,
town doesn't have an issue with it,
Yeah.
Right.
then it's fine. Like I said, for me, it was just who's doing the paperwork, and now it's me.
does code have an opinion on that?
Our recommendation would be the village declare themselves the lead agency.
Douglas makes a very compelling argument. Thanks, Rich.
I was planning on doing this tonight anyway, so.
All right,
Need to vote.
moved by Kristen, second by Jeff. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved? Thanks again for coming in, Douglas. I get a motion to appoint Adam Bovee to the position of mechanic at the DPW to start August 18, 2025. Moved by Steve, second.
Second.
Second by Molly. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. I get a motion for permission to advertise for a bid to have the DPW roof repaired.
So moved.
Moved by Kristen, second.
Second?
Second by Jeff. Further
Nobody wants a
discussion?
roof.
All those in
Get real
favor?
bad.
Aye.
Aye.
Wait,
Opposed?
can I ask a question?
Yeah, go.
Did you go through all that, the documents and stuff? Okay. I'll make sure multiple people reviewed it.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. I get a motion for permission to set a public hearing on September 15, 2025 to amend the Village Code, Chapter 214, Solid Waste.
So moved.
Moved by Grace, second.
Second.
Second by Steve. Further discussion?
Yes.
Maureen?
So we are going to be awarding the bid for, or the proposal for garbage, and we have to change our law accordingly. So right now, you use regular garbage cans with the new garbage contract where you have to have totes. So we have to change these things. We're working on right now changing the law, like marking up the law with the changes that have to happen to correlate with the new contract we're going to have. And then if we have any wants, we will do those in a separate color because we really have to get the needs done based on this change. We're looking to start the new garbage contract October 1st, which means new garbage totes will be rolling out to the residents in September. And we're going to have to get that going real fast.
So the village will provide those totes to pass out to the residents?
Would you like me to respond to that?
Yes, please.
Yes, the contract is for the contractor that's awarded to deliver the totes to the residents. It would be two 96-gallon totes, one for garbage and one for recycling. And then it will be picked up by a garbage truck that is automated and can lift the totes and dump them in there. We've seen the totes, all of that. A lot of other people have them. It looks very nice and clean, reduces, rats, things like that. And it will save the village a lot of money because if we didn't, all the vendors were going to double our garbage cost. And while our garbage is still going to be going up in cost, it's not going to be going up double by any means, so.
And we knew this the last time. We narrowly avoided
Yes.
totes in the last contract.
Yeah.
But everybody was going that way.
I don't think you should want to avoid them. I have totes.
No,
and
no.
I love my totes.
They look a lot nicer, and as somebody who has a yard that everything blows into,
Right.
they'll be better for that.
Reduces mess, reduces vermin.
Right, all the recycling that goes out everybody's bins.
Yeah, and even though people think they're hard to move, they're not. Like, my daughter does it without a problem. We move them all the time.
What happens to the 900 totes that people have already bought that are now going to be replaced by trash companies?
You gotta decide if you're doing that or not.
Doing what?
Letting people
I
talk.
bought my totes.
Letting-
Let them talk. Do you want to come on up, Kurt?
They have to say their names and.
It's a good
I'm
question.
Kurt Colopy, 365 South Grove, and I love my totes. But what are you going to do with this big piece of plastic that now has to be replaced with something that says so-and-so waste company on the side? You know?
Does it have to be replaced?
So you
It-
can't shred the
it-
thing, you can't recycle the thing.
Why would they care whose name is on it?
It's just how it's done. It's all uniform like that. I can find out from the company what options they have.
Yeah, the specs.
Mine has
I can call the
metal
company to
bar,
find
the
out.
whole deal.
We're going to get a little more into this on the next.
Yeah, if you
item,
would.
so,
Yeah, forgive me.
We can call and find out, but I don't have an answer to what they can do with it.
I know I bought mine 5 years ago or
It's-
4 years ago or whatever.
It's a lot of lovely
Wait,
trash.
Can you refuse them when they bring them over to you?
We'll
I-
get into, I
Oh.
think we'll get into that.
Shane's got an answer. Shane's sitting on an answer, I
Oh.
feel like.
Not a definite answer, but an idea.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, moved by Grace, second by Steve. Any other discussion on this? Set in the public hearing. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Public hearing is set. Can I get a motion to award Waste Management as the village's vendor for refuse and recycling services for the request for proposal submissions?
Well, I'll let Maureen handle the number side of it. I'll,
Want to? Do you want to?
Do motions
You want to
first?
do the motions?
yeah,
Do the motions?
that's what I would.
Before we get into
for.
discuss,
Oh,
yeah, it was
yeah.
All right.
discussion.
I do that.
I'll make the motion.
I'll
second it.
Kristen, second by Jeff. Further discussion? Shane?
We got 2 RFPs in, one from our current provider, Modern, and one from Waste Management. It took a minute to go through both packages to realize that Waste Management was by a few tens of thousands of dollars cheaper, it appears. Both included the companies supplying the totes, 2 totes to every unit. With that, with Waste Management, they fix and repair their totes. Getting onto somebody using their own totes, obviously I don't think they're going to come out and fix your tote if the wheel falls off or the top breaks or anything like that. So I don't know we never asked their opinion, what would happen if somebody used their own tote. They're still going to get new totes because they're just going to drop them off at everybody's property. So
We can find out if they'll recycle them or if they have a method for that. The other option is there is a professional company that will come clean your tote. I have extra totes from before I got my totes. We use it for children's outdoor toys that you can throw it in there and it keeps them real safe and clean.
I don't think I want 4 of these big totes on my property.
No, I love them.
Can we just give them back to the old,
Well, it depends how you got them.
Yeah.
It depends on how you got them. Because
paid,
some people buy them at
I paid
Home
Modern
Depot.
for 'em.
Before the
I'll get 'em
contract's up,
detailed.
put them at
But
put 'em
besides
at the end of your driveway.
we did get numbers on electronic and hazardous waste removal, but it was exceptionally high. So Maureen and I thought we'd be best not taking part in that, in the waste management RFP.
Yeah, it would be a 2% tax increase to do that. And we do it right now, the electronic piece for free. We get a free grant for that. We don't pay anything. And the hazardous waste, there are those hazardous waste pickups. So
And anybody in Erie County can take them themselves to the facility up in Tonawanda. No, the hazardous waste also.
Yeah.
But we do the electronics, and it costs Jeff a couple bucks to have his guys working, but that's it, once or twice a year. So we figured that wasn't worth the expense of paying for it.
About large garbage day?
I'm sorry?
Large garbage day?
3 items once a month.
You schedule it?
No, it would be like, their example would be the first Tuesday of the month. They would also do all the garbage pickup in 3 days in the village. Instead of 4 that is current now. So that also gives them a little leeway through a snowstorm or something like that, to still get the garbage picked up in the week, which I thought was a great.
Yep.
Even in a
So
holiday
people's
week
days
or
are
whatever,
moving.
just
Yeah.
get it knocked out.
It helps when there's snow or holidays. That's going to make it a lot nicer.
Yep.
The garbage on Main Street, they'll still do it 2 days a week, Tuesday, Friday, but they also gave us the option, if we needed it picked up additional days, we can pay extra if we want to do that. We can just do it for the summer. We can.
We could do it less days in the winter time. We could do it just, and there's less cans out in the winter time, correct, Jeff? If we wanted to do it just once a week in the winter, that would save us money. So there's a couple of, the bid or the RFP for waste management included they tell us it's a cost savings to pay fuel. Instead of paying a high rate, and that high rate's all the time, we can pay a variable rate that moves with natural gas prices. So they tell us that their current clients find that to be less expensive than paying the higher rate year-round. So all in all, it looked like the waste management was the way to go.
My first thought is, when we switched from waste management to Modern to save, I think it was 60,000, there was some pains in the changeover over the next few months. We get a lot of phone calls. But the fact that waste management used to do it Makes me feel a little bit,
And they do the town around the village too, so they're here already.
yeah, so it shouldn't be,
I think there's
Doing
still
that.
people who are going to be happy to see the switch back.
maybe.
They're very aware of the businesses on Main Street and that when it's their trash pickup, they know they'll have to be here very early in the morning before there's cars parked on the street blocking their ability to get the garbage cans and that. So it seems like they really would like to get back in here. And it would be a 7-year deal with a
7-year.
3-year re-up.
Yes.
That's long.
So it's a 7-year contract?
7-year contract with a 3-year re-up if we both agree.
They have built-in escalators in there?
Yes.
There is a built-in 3% CPI, a specific CPI, and then the variable fuel rate, and there is a variable amount of credit given if the cost for recycling, if they get additional funds back for recycling, they won't charge us anymore if the price goes up. But if they are under on price, we will get a credit for that recycling.
What do they do for recycling? Do we have their program for what they recycle versus what we recycle now?
Right now, it's 1 and 2.
I know it's a little bit different between.
They will advertise what, like, we'll get the advertisements out with what we recycle, but it would go into the tote, and whatever fits in the tote would recycle of the items listed. They would be sending it out like normal.
Okay, that's the thing. Yeah, I think we should do a little bit of community education about that list because that's going to be probably a little bit different.
Yeah, and with the automated truck pickup, like, you can't put your garbage can or you can't put it under a tree where they can't reach and pick it up, so there's things like that to consider.
It's going to be tricky.
You gotta leave them so
My whole
many.
driveway.
Yeah, you gotta leave them a little bit apart.
Yeah.
At the edge of the road, you have to have the handles towards the house and so that it tips the right way.
yeah.
But they send out mailers with that information when they deliver the totes. So right attached to the tote is the information about the totes.
Could there be somebody who's got a property that they can't pick it up at because of the tree coverage, the tree canopy at their property? Because they just put it at the end of their driveway?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Yeah, I think there's enough. Can't think of any spots that would be an issue.
Sounds like you've done your due diligence on it.
Yeah.
Any other questions from the board?
Nope.
Moved by Kristen, second by Jeff. Any other discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Approved. Thanks for your work on this, Shane and Maureen.
And Jeff.
And Jeff, sorry, and Jeff, yes. Especially Jeff. Nothing for new and old business. Second, speakers and communications. Anybody want to speak on any issues? This is your last chance.
New topic. 189 Maple Street. Okay, and if you haven't seen 189 Maple Street today, you need to go see it. Okay, first question. Was there a demolition permit for 189 Maple Street? It was an orange Cape Cod house that now has one wall standing around a new, much larger foundation.
The building department, when there is a construction permit application that has associated demo permit, it is a part of the entire building permit that was issued.
Okay, sounds like a decent answer. But the other thing is, any house over 50 years old in the village, okay, has to go before the Historic Preservation Committee to get an advisory that would then be presented to the board, you know, essentially favoring or disfavoring that demolition. Was that done?
No, not specific to this, because they were using the actual structure itself and then increasing the size of it by stories. In regards to what you're asking, our department has started having conversations with the HPC in regards to possibly changing some of the language to help enforce that.
Yeah, and I'm aware of that, and that's a good thing. So let me not, you know, get on your case too much. But the thing that happens with this type of demolition, okay, and I understand that by having just one wall, left up on that house, it changes the categorization or specification of this activity, okay, ripping down 90% of the house, leaving one wall up, so it's a rebuild or something of the sort, and it's not considered a demolition. The problem with this type of activity, okay, and it happens in other communities in terms of people coming in and gentrifying the community and essentially tearing down old houses to put up new ones, and this workaround or this way of sort of cheating the demolition law allows them to do that. Now, I have no problem with what they're planning to build. I haven't even seen the plans, okay? And I know it's bigger than what's there because the foundation is bigger, okay? And, you know, it may be a wonderful addition to the village, okay? But they are skirting the demolition law, and if we had this happening wholesale through the village, okay, you're talking about destroying a lot of good housing stock for somebody's purpose that they want a bigger house, McMansion, you know, want to combine lots so they can put a bigger house, tear down two houses, put a bigger house up. This happens other places, and we need to be a little concerned about the way that this was done. Okay, I have no objection to whoever is building this house. I have no idea, I don't care. Okay, it looks like a nice project, okay, but they have skirted what I would consider a sensible assessment of whether this is a demolition or not. Thank you.
Thanks, Kirk. Rich, why would they jump through all these hoops to make this happen? Do you know, like, were they concerned about not getting an approval to demolish it from the HBC? Was there something significant about that structure? I mean, to prop it all the way up, you know, to prop it up,
Well,
prop the entire house up and then dig all out underneath it?
a lot of that had to do with the fact that the person who bought the house had a relative who has accessibility needs. So a lot of the additions and some of the things that they were working was to provide that. Now, that is about as much context as I have because I didn't do the formal plan review or the issuance of the permit. But from my understanding was the intent was to try to keep as much of the house as possible, but obviously still expand it at the same time.
And how much is left?
None.
Right, so
Yeah.
why not just get a approval to demo it? That would have saved them a lot of money and effort.
Well, again, when they approached with their application, the demolition, or I would look at it from this standpoint as they had an existing house they wanted to raise and put additions on it. So it was additions of new construction, then obviously interior modifications, et cetera, to allow for the additional story that they wanted to put on it. So the aspects of doing that work was a part of the building permit process and the building permit itself. They didn't want to specifically do a demolition of a house to then build something in its place and/or after the fact. It wasn't a two-stage, it was all under one.
So what do we do to keep this from happening in the future? Clearly,
I don't know, but I agree with Mr. Collins.
A loophole.
On how that was done. Because, as you said, I saw it racked up, and then they did all that, and I'm looking at the foundation, looking at the house, I'm like, that doesn't align. And then all of a sudden, it's crushed.
Yep.
So the shell that was there last week, it's all gone now?
One wall went this afternoon, it's the wall, and, you know, next.
Well, I thought they were going to build onto the shell.
Yeah,
Clearly
it's
not.
crazy.
Oh, it's an exterior wall.
It was an intentional workaround, as you said.
Wow.
So,
Right, how do we close
how
the loop?
how would, in your opinion, the village go about preventing this sort of thing from happening?
Does the code need to be?
That is what we're having discussions with the historical board about. specifically, what their line of thought first and foremost, because they would be the ruling in regards to any recommendations for any type of demolish, as stated in regards to anything over 50 years. And then anything over 500 square feet requires a demo permit if it's not associated to a building permit. So we are having those discussions. That only just started in the last HPC meeting. But obviously, any further development, we would obviously talk to Joe and Chris in regards to formal language in regards to how we could adopt certain language that would be more enforceable from a standpoint of whether it's addition, alteration, or wholesale.
So when you say in conjunction with a building permit, so it's common to say, take a small entryway or vestibule on the back of your house, side of your house. We want to take that off and we want to bump it out another 10 by 20.
Right.
That's acceptable demolition, but in my opinion, acceptable demolition with a permit, but a wholesale house and then all of a sudden it's not there. I think that's what I would see we want to prevent.
Yep.
Do they have are they still working or do they have a stop work order because of the demolition?
I can tell you by living a couple houses down, they worked all day today.
In regards, there is at this point in time, there is no work stoppage. I know Liz contacted the general contractor this afternoon, but I don't believe she got in contact with them to have a conversation about what happened this past weekend.
That would happen over the weekend?
Yes.
I predict an unexpected structural damage and it just.
I don't want to speculate, but I'm assuming shoring was involved.
Kurt?
I just wanted on the record that, again, I don't have any particular problem with the house that's being torn down, or, this is my personal opinion.
It's the process. It's the process.
It's a process.
Right.
Okay? And, I do not, I wouldn't support a work order myself if I were in your shoes, but I'm not.
Hasn't it been long said that if you leave a wall up, it's not a new build? It's probably a tax savings.
It's
crazy.
I don't think it might be code. I've heard of people doing that with a garage. I want a bigger garage, but you can't go outside the footprint unless you maintain part of it. I'm not sure.
Crazy.
Maybe we could do a little diving on that, Chris, maybe?
We're not going to resolve it now, though, right?
No.
Chris, you want us to hold up?
It's already gone, but preventing this from the future
Down,
is
yeah.
ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it.
All right.
Yeah,
If you could.
First I've heard about the building going down.
I didn't go down that.
Yeah,
I
it's
didn't
crazy.
go that way today, so I didn't see it. I'll have to take a ride over.
Pretty wild.
Thanks for the heads up, Kurt.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we'll figure out how to hard code it so that this isn't a loophole others can take advantage of. Any other speakers, communications, anybody else want to speak on any topic? All right, closing that. Department head report. Pat?
Business as usual at the police department. As far as special events go, we're prepping for the next event, which is the car show. I'm in talks with Jen Brazil with Borderland. She's expecting a larger crowd this year. I don't know if the bands are drawing a larger crowd or if it's maybe on a better weekend for folks, but there's going to be some more involvement with the East Aurora Police Department in conjunction with the State Park Police, just assisting the traffic getting out of town that night. So we're working with her to make sure we've got a good plan in place prior to that event. We're doing a lot of e-bike outreach. I'm beginning to have talks with the chamber about possibly having some sort of booth at the Taste where we just focus on telling people about e-bike laws. As far as training goes, our high school full-time SRO is going to be attending a week-long training this month, which is funded by the school district. And Lieutenant O'Hara is halfway through the Tactical Officer School in Oriskany, which is at the New York State Public Safety Training Facility. That's all I have.
Very good, thanks, Chief. Jeff?
Yeah, update on Park Place, the water line is in, the road bed is in. Today and tomorrow we'll be working on the storm sewer, and then we'll be prepping for curbs. Hopefully those are in. I'm trying to get them out here Friday to start, if not Monday and Tuesday, and then we'll be paving.
Good.
And then we're going to be getting the veteran banners up on Main Street for the car show, taking down the summer banners.
Very good, taking down the classic summer banners, putting up half the veterans banners,
Correct.
and then when the flowers come down, put up the rest.
Yep.
And we'll have them up all fall.
Yep.
Thanks, Jeff. Rich? Shane?
The only thing is, I believe I've contacted everybody involving the parking lot leases and alley leases for Vidler's Block. That might be a slow go, or we'll be working on it for a bit, I think.
Do we have any idea when that parking lot that's currently under construction behind Cielo is going to open up?
To the public?
Yes.
Nope.
I know last year it was supposed to be June. June is come and gone.
Yeah, no, we're looking into that and
Okay.
what their special use permit said about that, if anything. I looked at the minutes of the meeting, and Chris asked if it could be made part of it, the special use permit, but I don't know if it actually ever was regarding the parking lot. But Chris got an email from their attorney, and I'm going to talk to Chris about getting his email so I can contact him.
Really?
And work on that. Mr. Sorgi?
Yeah, I don't recall it saying much.
No, they're
I'll
looking
send you
to
what I got.
negotiate, but
Not a problem.
I have his
We'll see.
contact information.
I have
What's
his
that?
I
contact
have his.
information, but
yeah. So we're working on all of that. There's a couple stumbling blocks between that property and the church property.
Yeah, was not aware that that was a problem. I mean, when they were here, they were very
That's
eager.
what I relayed to the daughter who's now running the business, and they didn't want to hear much of that.
Well, they're all on YouTube. We'll go back and look.
So I'll let you know when I have more.
Great, thanks.
All right, anything else, Shane? Nope. Maureen?
None.
What?
I was on vacation. Actually, I was here 3 of the days, but I was on vacation.
All right. Grace?
Nothing.
Molly?
I'm all set, thank you.
Jeff?
All good, thanks, Pete.
All right. Kristen?
All set.
Steve?
Just, I had the pleasure of cutting the ribbon for Ray's Way. I helped them look into when they painted the new mural there, whether they needed a permit and things of that nature. And they invited me over to do that. It was real nice. I think it looks fantastic. A new landmark for East Aurora.
Fantastic. Anything else? Thanks, Steve.
Can I add something?
Yeah, sure.
I thought of something. With the bike law we were doing, I've been riding my bike around a lot more, and bike racks seem to be a problem around the village. I don't know if that's something we can look into about providing more, because there's not that money out there. And especially if we're going to limit where you can lock a bike to,
Yep.
we're going to need to provide spots to do so. I don't know if we have to, or if we put in our code that commercial businesses provide something. I talked to Liz about it, multifamily residential, there's something in there about them providing them, but not commercial. I don't know if there's places we can provide them, but something to think about.
Yep.
Seth, that sound like something you guys want to discuss as well?
Yeah, you could. The other thing I wouldn't mind discussing if there's time for is,
would you be so kind?
Sure.
Thank you.
The other thing I wouldn't mind bringing up then would be doing some type of proactive approach to connecting to, or allow for a safer transport to the ECRT route when that is ready. And all you really have to do, put in something like down Knox to Gypsy, and then a stop sign to cross 20A. And once you're there, clear sailing.
Stop sign on 28?
Yeah, that's a bitch to cross, excuse my French,
I'm sure it is.
on a bike.
That's not French.
That's not our jurisdiction, though, is it?
That would be the state's decision.
States, okay. Well,
Yeah.
would the village
Well, we can
have
ask
any
the state.
way to communicate with them to have any pull?
That's in the town.
That's town, that's the town.
And that would be town?
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
I do think, I think we should take a look in general at transportation around the village. That bikeability of the village is a lot worse than it was when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And we've certainly, I mean, for adults too, we've got all the kids on the bike bus now, and I've been saying to everybody, these kids are going to grow up and expect
Oh,
to be able to bike.
Yeah,
Right? I think it's a wonderful thing.
yep.
But we need to look at some options for what we
Yeah.
can do here to make it a little bit safer for everybody. Better for cyclists, better for cars. If everything's a little bit more predictable,
Yep.
we're all in better
yep.
shape.
And just a couple little connections, like I say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Make it
Right.
so much easier.
They
We
do.
could write as the village, we could write a letter of support too, and then.
That's what I'm saying.
Add it to the town's request to the state.
Yeah.
To do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, whatever the pedestrian bike board comes up with, and,
Okay.
bring it to us and let us know how we can help. We appreciate your time
Okay,
and
great.
expertise.
Well, thank you.
Thanks, Seth.
Sorry, I jumped in there, but
No, that's a great idea.
Good.
She brought that up in that email we got today about the,
yeah.
Yeah, I think Dave.
about the
Norton,
bike, yeah, Mr., yeah.
It's something I've been
Yeah.
talking to Liz about. And then,
Yeah,
You can't chain it to a tree or a fence or any of the different poles, right?
Yeah.
They're gonna need places to connect it
There
to, so
used to-
maybe identifying the areas that need the bike racks the most.
I think
You know?
I was starting to put together a list of where bike wrecks were at one point, and I think somebody from ACES ran with that. I think somebody had a full map of like where the bike racks are in the village, how many spaces there are, things like that. We'll see if that's available somewhere.
And, well, also would need to identify what the bike rack is like, because the one at Tops is totally useless.
oh, that, yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, if you bring
So,
recommendations,
yeah,
that'd be
you
great
say
too.
make recommendations from the board.
Yeah, because what I end up doing at Tops when I go there is they have one of those stand-up, not billboards, you know, things like you wear.
Sandwich board?
Yeah.
This is a permanent stand-up one, and so no one seems to ever use that. It's easy to line up with my bike, so I use that. But
I park at Lowe's.
what do you do?
I park at Lowe's.
Oh, those.
Value?
You mean value?
Quite a bike
Makes more
ride.
sense.
Yeah.
Go to Tops.
Yeah.
They go to top.
There's a Tops over there.
There is. I know, that's what I was thinking. There is a Tops in that Lowe's Plaza. We got you, so that you're over at Value.
Yeah.
Just chain it to a cart.
I'll just email the Benderson guy and ask if they can do something about their bike rack. I mean, if they don't know,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For starters. All right. Thanks, Seth. All right, can I get a motion to adjourn at 8:30?
So moved.
Motion.
Moved by Steve, second by Jeff for the discussion.
Aye.
All those in favor? Opposed? Approve or adjourn? Thank you all for coming tonight. Appreciate it.
I'm ready.